I can't go out. I'm sick.
Boo, you whore.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Outgoing.
Without going out.
I'm Lexi.
And I'm Gabby. And we're the
We're
Fuller
the Fuller
Sisters.
Sisters. And we are back at it again with another episode for you.
Happy February.
February, the month with the silent R, in only 28 days.
Yeah, like why February? Why did we choose that one?
I don't
specifically?
understand.
Why didn't we spread out and do like 2 months with 29?
I don't understand that. I also don't understand leap year, so don't even try and explain that to me.
There definitely is probably a reason, but like
what is it though? Because
I
don't know what that is.
I'm sure there is one.
Okay. Well, if anybody out there is a February expert, please let me know. I saw something the other day that like really blew my mind. And it was that on your birthday, you're actually turning
like you've turning the year you completed.
Yes. Isn't that wild? So I've been on this earth 26 years, but it'll be 27 years when I turn 27, not 20. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense.
When you turn 26, you've already completed 26 years.
Yes, instead of it's like you're technically going on to your 27th. Yes, like you win the award of completing that year by being that number. Very very weird. Threw me for a loop. Anywho, we are in the spirit of love, in the name of love. Don't sing it.
So what are we talking about? Terrible
bad dates. We're reading some bad date stories in the name of everything romance. So why don't we, before we get into those, talk about our life updates? It appears that Gibby has got a few.
I always have more than you, I feel like, lately.
Yeah, because never used to be the case. Boring.
So honestly, I'm surprised I have this many because we're recording this on a Wednesday and I feel like we just recorded on a Friday, right? So like there's only been a few days in between, but over the weekend, I filled in on LJ, which was fun because one, I've never been on LJ, but two, it was so fun getting to be like on the floor with the girls instead of just like in the front. Completely different experience. But our center prep girl she has like bronchitis, tonsillitis, like she got hit hard. So luckily she's getting healthy now. But over the weekend, we were like, stay home, get healthy. We have a competition coming up this weekend. But we unfortunately also had an injury. So we had to fill a girl in. And she was in the specific part of the pyramid with the center prep girl. So it had to go. So they were like, you want to go in? And I was like, I had a feeling this was going to happen. So I already brought shoes that I could fly in. You always raise your hand, but like I'm in the middle of something and I don't know if you want me to finish it or if like you're ready to talk.
You can finish it and then just like call on me when you're ready.
Or just speak.
Well, I don't want to interrupt you and talk over you because that's annoying too. But I am so sorry if you're watching this on YouTube. I genuinely forgot that we're recording this visually, and I just sat and tried to make a straight part in my hair for the like first 5 minutes of this podcast. Anyways, continue.
That is what you had to say. That had nothing to do with what I was saying.
No, I'm listening to you being a flyer and whatnot. But I saw your little outfit and your little post too. But did you like actually run through the routine?
I had to do the whole pyramid.
Oh.
But it was fun. And I'm not normally a bracer girl, but I was so good at it. Those flips were going so high. However, I was so sore the next like 3 days.
I'm sure.
My like shoulders and arms and like even my back, I was so sore. So this week listen, like almost all of January, we really prioritized working out and we were great on a routine. But there's like other things that were then put on the back burner. And I feel like we kind of flip-flopped that this week. So this week I did a lot of like house stuff. I had a full content day. We got up and went to the sunrise, which was a beautiful sunrise. The weather was great. Got a lot of content in because I made my February calendar and I have 3 out of the 4 weekends I'm away at a competition. So it is a busy month. So I probably won't have time much for like content or just kind of like having days where I can do all of that. So it felt good to get all of that done, but I definitely want to find a better balance of like being able to get up, work out, and still do all of that stuff within the same day, but also not being overwhelmed and exhausted before I have to go to work overnight. So we're still getting there. We'll probably prioritize working out a lot tomorrow because I feel like I have a little bit less on my schedule, which will be nice because I do miss it, but I just need to get into a better routine with all of it. I did, however, finally find time over the weekend where I could just blast music. I was home alone, cleaned for like 2 to 3 hours, and it felt so good. It's like therapeutic for me to do that. My neighbors probably think that one, when they listen to Justin play Fortnite, they probably, I mean, I guess it doesn't sound like he's yelling at me, but he just yells. And then anytime that I'm cleaning, I just like blast like heartbreak music, and they probably think we are the most unhealthy relationship ever. But little do they know that all is well over here. I hope they really can't hear me when I sing, because when I clean, especially like over the vacuum, I'm singing my heart out. I'm having a full blown concert. I made a whole playlist for it too.
I also really hope they can't hear you when you sing, for their sake.
Yeah, but felt really good to get that done. I feel like I've been putting it off forever. I just really haven't had like I like to. I'm not a let me just clean 15 minutes here and there every day of the week. I'm like a put it all off until the one day that I can put multiple hours and just get it done. So finally got that done. And then now I have to get ready to head to a competition this weekend. I have both teams competing at Senior Sass's first competition this weekend. However, they compete basically at the same time in different halls. So I don't even think I can watch their first performance, which kind of sucks. Because like of all the times that could have happened throughout the entire competition, both of my teams are literally like a minute apart on day one.
Where is the competition in Orlando?
Oh, like where in Orlando?
Yeah.
The Orange County Convention Center.
Hmm.
Where I think
Fun.
back in the day we won Hip Hop US Finals in that convention center. I believe it's the same place.
The one that we have the picture with the rental car out front.
Yep.
Fun.
That one.
Fun stuff.
I think that's everything on my list. Hopefully the competition goes well and I can come back with better updates about that next week.
Okay. Fantastic. So my life updates, I am in my gym era. However, I am not in my content creation era because, like Gabby said, I am struggle with balancing everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I just need a better schedule. And I think, unfortunately, that means getting up earlier because I could definitely do that. For example, last night I fell asleep on the couch when we were watching our show. Sean didn't even realize because he was so into the show. And then he finished our show and looked over and I fell asleep like 5 minutes in. Anyways, so last night I slept probably almost 12 hours, which is insane. I fell asleep very early. I ended up waking up to like transition into bed, brush my teeth, all of that good stuff. But I slept almost 12 hours, which is like, it was obviously needed. I slept very deeply too. Like I obviously needed to catch up on sleep, but that does not need to be the norm. I can definitely wake up earlier, and I don't know if I want to get up earlier and necessarily do my whole workout before work, but I could be getting other things done, like a little bit of editing with a cup of coffee. Like I could have myself a little bit more of a morning than I do now. So maybe we'll try that.
I forgot this happened. You know how you used to always say that I slept with my eyes open?
Yes, you do.
This morning, I guess it was like really bad. I was like just asleep on my back. I remember I was in a deep sleep, like I was fully dreaming. And I guess my eyes were like open, but like my eyes weren't rolled back. Like my pupils were peeking through my eyes and like moving and looking. And Justin was like terrified. He videoed the whole thing and he like woke me up by like making sure I was okay because he was like, I've never seen this. So we have video evidence of it, but it was kind of scary. You've never used to record it. So I don't even think I ever knew what it looked like.
It is really scary.
It happened today.
Very weird. You know, like that like slick back oil bun where people put like either like a hair oil, argan oil, Moroccan oil, or Olaplex or whatever, and like let it soak and just like have a bun and like go to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I did that. However, it backfired on me because I did it thinking that I would just body shower last night and not wash my hair. And then this morning I had time off in the morning from work. So I figured I would go to the gym this morning and then I could shower, fully deep wash my hair, and then go to work. However, we didn't go to the gym until the night tonight. So I had to go to work with the same oily bun and it was not cute. So next time I need to plan a little bit better for that. I don't even know if it did anything. And to be honest, I really hope I was able to wash it out of my hair. But I tried my best. I'm really trying to like grow my hair out. So we're doing any tip and trick that we can find.
Like
this
fully?
weekend.
Are you trying to go back?
Yeah.
Long?
Yeah, we'll go long. I tend to do this. I like cut it really short and then I grow it really long. But yeah, I want to go long again. So we'll see. But I planned a little weekend trip getaway overnight. Sean knows where it's at now. I was going to try and surprise him, but we're going to Tampa.
Where is it? Oh,
We're in Tampa overnight, but I got like an Airbnb. He's got a really good friend that lives there, so we're gonna go out to dinner with them. Just explore Tampa a little bit. And my mom is coming in town Friday to Monday. She's gonna watch the pets while we go out of town, and also she just really wanted to get out of the cold. I saw a graphic today that said like South Florida is the only place in the entire country that's warm right now. So that's pretty cool.
She's trying to convince me to drive there after Orlando instead of coming home and then driving home Monday. I'm like, listen, not making any promises. We'll see how tired I am on Sunday, but
that's funny.
We'll see.
So yeah, I'm really excited. Friday we have food truck coming to our neighborhood, parking in an empty lot, and it's like a little like neighborhood get together. I'm so excited to meet our neighbors finally and also eat good pizza. It's a pizza food truck, so that should be fun on Friday. Otherwise, I have nothing else to share. Really, just living my best fitness life, trying to be a health queen over here. So that's all my updates. Why don't we hop into our favorite of the week? What is your favorite?
Okay. I got this, which I didn't even get to take good pictures in it because it's too good for like not perfect pictures. So this is the best picture I have of it to even show Lexi. But I got this 2-piece set from Amazon that is a beach cover up. And it was kind of trendy over like Instagram, Pinterest last summer. And I was hoping that there was going to be like a new print. But for some reason, I just always kept eyeing this one and I never got it. And I finally got it and it fits and looks so cute. The picture that I'm even like showing her now is not even, it doesn't do it justice.
Yeah, I can't really tell. I mean, it's cute.
So cute as a beach cover up. And let me check the price. I don't remember it being too crazy. And it was like on Prime, so it came really fast. I have that issue a lot of the times with clothes that people are like, oh, get this on my Amazon storefront. And it's like, will come in 4 months. And I'm like, really? Like, is it that good? But this one came on, like, I think in a day or two. It is $40, so I guess it is pricier for like a beach cover up. But honestly, the quality and everything is super cute. So if you're looking for one, if you're going on vacation, they do have other prints. They have a whole bunch of different ones, but I do really like it.
Okay. Yeah, it's cute. I would have to see it in person, I feel like, to get a better vibe of what it actually looks like. But my favorite of the week is my protein that I've been using because I have never liked protein shakes. I just can't get behind. I hated them. And I finally tried the First Form protein, and it's fruit punch. So I mix it with water and it literally just tastes like I'm drinking juice. Like, it's so easy to get protein in. It's not like thick, chocolatey like milk protein. I literally just mix it with water and drink it and it tastes like juice. So I've been loving that.
I've been thinking possibly because after I work out, I always like, no matter what, I still want an iced coffee in the morning. I've been potentially thinking, because I also just got a couple new proteins as like PR to like try out, maybe making like a Frappuccino kind of vibe.
That could work.
I think that might be a good way to like mask the protein.
I have the First Form caramel latte one, but I haven't really tried it yet. But I've heard if you put like half a scoop of that in your coffee, you don't need creamer and it's like protein. But I haven't tried that yet. So I will keep you updated on that. But yeah, you would probably like a Frappuccino, mix it with like ice and I don't know what else. But yeah, maybe that could be good. You could even put in a little bit of like iced coffee with it if that other one needs more coffee.
Thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, why don't we hop into the stories? Do you want to go first or would you like me to go first?
I guess I'll go first.
Okay.
All right. First one. My high school boyfriend took me to the mall to see his other girlfriend's high school band perform. We all went to different high schools, so we didn't know about each other. I was so upset at the time, but looking back, it's a hilarious story. What was he thinking? Who has 2 girlfriends and decided to initiate a group hangout session after her flute performance at the food court?
John Tucker must die. Yes.
But John Tucker did it all at the same school. I just want to know what went through his head that was like, yes, this is a good idea.
Aside from having multiple girlfriends, marching band performances at the mall is usually not my cup of tea for a date anyways. But the fact that he was dating multiple. Also, I'm confused because our high school band did not play at the mall in the food court.
Like, of all places in the mall, the food court?
I'm just confused about that. But yeah, that's really funny. Okay, the next one
play flutes though, so
yeah, Gabby and I both played the flute.
Ooh. Didn't last long.
The next one says, Guy I met on OkCupid brought his mom to the date. So he told me in the DMs that his best friend was his mother and that they spent a lot of time together. And at first I thought, oh, that's really sweet. He talked about her nonstop, her work, her hobbies, the things she did. He even shared her picture to me, which I thought was kind of funky. We'd agreed to meet at a cafe in town. He hopped out of his mom's car and she waved and drove off. 20 seconds later, she shows back up and pulls up a seat. Turns out she was parking the car to come join us. The entire date was just her talking about her work, showing me old photos of when she used to play baseball. They sat really close together and kept hugging and kissing each other's cheek. It was so awkward. No,
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 they're
no,
dating.
no, 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 no. That is not
They're dating.
normal.
That's not okay.
Like,
That was
what?
like mama's boy times 1,000. The kissing each other's cheeks is what got me.
No, from start to finish. You
Well,
like,
yeah, but
okay,
from
I need more
start, I was like,
context.
okay, mama's boy. Kissing each other's cheeks, they're dating.
And why do
They're
they
in
need
love.
to keep hugging? Like, what's coming up that just provokes more hugging? I also would like a backstory of like how old this guy is. Oh, it said OkCupid, which makes me think older. Wow. I have no
I'm so
words.
sorry that you even had to like sit through that. That would be so uncomfortable. I don't know if I could have even like made it through the date.
Yeah. Atrocious.
Anyway, on my first date with my ex-fiance, I tried to throw my cigarette out the window, but it flew back in and caught his hair on fire.
Goodbye.
What a story. I love that your ex-fiancés, wait.
Yeah.
Well, at least it lasted a while after that, but oh my God.
Smoking kills people.
I just like, oh my God. I want like video proof, but I'm sure you weren't videoing the moment because who thought that was going to happen? But like, that is insane.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like trying to picture that. Like I've definitely like spit phlegm out of the car and it came back at me, but like I don't understand the physics of that happening.
Right. You would think it would go at least to the back, but
Yikes. And also the cigarette must have been like an open flame. Like how did that? I don't know. Okay, next one. Going to an outdoor party with a girl. We get there, everyone is drinking. It's rural England in the summer, great weather. Sit up on a concrete block on a hill overlooking the party. We're flirting, getting a bit physical, but we're young, so she's punching my shoulder playfully while smiling. We're laughing, and I nudge her a little bit with my shoulder gently, and she proceeds to fall off the concrete block and roll down a 10-foot hill full of nettles, which I had to look up what nettles were. It's a stinging plant. Like the plant has like little tiny hairs that sting. I, in shock, crack up laughing. The party stops, watching the slow roll through a terror of stalks and stings. Gasps, silence, just my laughter and her embarrassment. The way she rolled was incredible. She hit every 2-foot tall nettle possible while wearing a vest. I couldn't contain the laughter. It was more how unbelievable it was. A little playful nudge turned into chaos. She punched me again after I helped her up in the face. Genuine accident, genuine comedy roll. She married my best friend. The end of it.
First of all, the way he wrote this, it was like a poem. Like everything was a different line. It was very giving like haiku.
She married my best friend at the end. I can't.
Is she okay? Like that poor girl.
Okay, to be fair, 10 feet isn't that far though.
Even just
10
like
foot.
falling
Gradient
off.
hill. So like the hill is long, but 10 feet in height, I guess. But yeah, yikes.
Poor thing. Oh my God. Ow. Oh, wow. What a story. Okay. Next one. I was meeting a man I'd been messaging with on a dating site for the first time. When I arrived at the bar, I called to see if he was there yet. He said he was over by the red van. Mind you, the entire time we were messaging, he kept going on and on and on about how important being upfront and honest was to him. I walk around to the side of the van to find a one-legged man who was easily 100 pounds bigger than his posted pics. I hate to judge, so I decided to have a drink with him anyway. We had a couple of drinks, talked, and it wasn't completely terrible, but the next day I texted him to say that I didn't think a relationship would work, but maybe we could be friends. He comes back and tells me that I'm weird and scary and I should be grateful that he even gave me a chance. The things men do when they get denied. It's always your fault. It's like my favorite is when men are like, "Oh, you're beautiful. Like do you want to drink like whatever?" And then you deny them and they're like, "Oh my God, you're so ugly. I would never." And it's like, "Sir, You literally just said, like, when they can't handle, their egos cannot handle rejection. The worst.
Sir, you lied about a missing limb and 100 pounds.
The weight, one thing. Maybe he's insecure about it. Like, it's the leg for me. Like, at least bring it up. I'm sure there's a story. There's like,
right. There's nothing wrong.
I'm not saying it's a deal breaker. It's more so just.
Were you gonna try and hide it? Like, it's not like something you could just throw a toupee on. Like, you were missing a leg.
She was gonna find out, right?
But she's weird and scary. Scary is such a random adjective. You're scary. Okay. I was at a pool party wearing a thong type swimsuit, and the guy leaned over to whisper in my ear while handing me a wet wipe, saying I should use it because I had poop on my butt. Me. Okay, bye. Gotta go.
Honestly, a gentleman. Because you know how embarrassing, like the moment where you see something in someone and you're like, I should really tell them. But you know that like you almost get nervous to tell them, even though it will only help them. But what a gentleman to grab the wet wipe, have
Where
it ready.
Where did he get a wet wipe at a pool party? Someone's baby bag? Like,
Justin would have them. He cannot poop without a wet wipe. But everywhere he goes, if it's not our house.
Wow. That is really good to know in case I ever need a wet wipe.
But like if we're going like out of town and stuff, he always has one.
Wow.
But go him for trying to keep it a secret, just giving you a wet wipe and going on. But also, was it a shart? How did you not know?
My guess is she went to the bathroom. This is just what I'm conjuring up in my mind. She went to the bathroom and wiped, and since she's wearing a thong.
Butt. Okay.
That's my guess.
Yikes.
She's wearing a thong, so her butt cheeks are out, Wow.
I'm so sorry.
I think I would probably only wear like shorts bathing suits from here on out at that point.
I would never show my face anywhere again. That's it. That would be the end. Me and my middle school boyfriend once got stuck at the top of the Ferris wheel at the local fair. Shelly's biggest fear. I grew up thinking Ferris wheels were like the scariest thing ever because my mom refuses to ride on them. Anyway, back to the story. The first time we rode it, the man running it asked him if we'd kiss. Okay, can't speak. The first time we rode it, the man running it asked him if he'd kiss me when we were at the top, because apparently he stopped us at the top for a minute on purpose as he thought we were a cute couple. And my boyfriend totally clammed up. I thought his awkwardness was adorable and jokingly told the operator that no, he hadn't. We moved on and enjoyed the fair. Towards the end of the evening, I wanted to ride the Ferris wheel one more time because I wanted to see the sunset from that high up. So we went back on it. The operator, the same one from before, and his friend stopped us at the top of the Ferris wheel for probably a whole 20 or 30 minutes, just to make sure my poor boyfriend had ample opportunity to make the most of the romantic situation. That was my first kiss, and I'm pretty sure it was his too. I mean,
sweet.
Kind of a cute story, but also just kind of uncomfortable because what if, I don't know, the 20 to 30 minutes was a lot. It's one thing for like a few minutes at the top, like, oh, let's see if they kiss. But like 20 to 30 minutes waiting for it.
How annoying are the people, like people in line are probably like,
right, everyone else
off.
However, I am now very inspired to go see a sunset from the top of the Ferris wheel. So
Waldemere.
Stay tuned when I do that. There's one here. There's actually, we need to go. It's called Bayside Marketplace, and it has a whole, me and Sean went one time actually because I had a free facial and I had a +1 and everyone was busy but Sean. So we went to Bayside Marketplace and there is a whole like Ferris wheel right on the water. And now I think I want to go for sunset one day.
Okay, fun. Let me know how it goes.
I will.
All right, next one says, out to dinner, he's wearing white jeans. It's the early 90s and doesn't realize he's stuck the whole side of his hand in barbecue sauce. Rubs his hand down his leg and he's got this huge greasy stain running down. Excuses himself to go to the bathroom to try and clean it. Smeared it more, plus now it looks like he peed his pants. Brings me home, leans in for the kiss, and hits some center console button for the rear hatch of his car, sets off an alarm, and can't get it to stop. At that point, he tucked his tail and went home, and I never heard from him again. That poor guy had the worst day of his life.
Was working against him. But also, white jeans, never a good idea. Just don't do it.
Oh, gosh. That poor, he probably had threw those away. There's no way he got the barbecue sauce out of those.
But also, how are you just not knowing that you stuck your whole hand in barbecue sauce?
Well, like, I think he didn't know what he was doing when he did it, but then he saw the barbecue sauce and wiped it on his pants. Like, he didn't realize that he was putting his hand in barbecue sauce as he was setting his hand down.
Purposely.
Yes. That's
Yikes.
the vibe I'm getting.
Oh, poor guy. Just trying to have a sweet night. Next story. I had hooked up with this guy that I had known casually for a few years. He asked me out to an, quote, official date. I went to the restaurant and waited for 30 minutes, and he didn't show up, and I was so freaking mad. He had a cell, but I didn't. Not everyone did back then. Finally, I thought maybe he said the other pub in town. I drove over there, and he was waiting for me. He waited over an hour for me. Fast forward, been together for 16 years, married, 11 years, and have 2 kids. That is so sweet. But that like just stressed me out thinking of times when like phones didn't exist and you just
Oh my God.
could not just contact someone.
Yeah. Like, thankfully you decided to go to the other pub in town. I feel like I would have just went home.
Right.
And would have been like, great, that sucked. Wild. That is a cute story though. Okay, next one. We went on our first date and he didn't realize it was a date. We went to a huge concert and I spent most of the evening trying to avoid my ex. Didn't go that great. We spent the night walking around, and at sunrise, he had the great idea we should go see it on the roof over the bridge. All right, then that sounds like the perfect kiss setting. So I make myself climb 5 flights of steep stairs, thinking I must be mental. We get up. I try to hide. I'm completely out of breath, and it's the perfect moment. You know, the okay, here we go. Here comes the first kiss. So I lean forward, close my eyes, and stand there like an idiot. I open my eyes, and he decided to let me stand there just to climb up on the roof. 3 weeks later, he told me he loved me, and first night I spent at his place, I almost died because of my dust allergy. So yeah, obviously we are married now and got a son who is just adorably stupid as his father. That's cute.
That is cute.
Some of these with like the success stories I love, but you know, I gotta say I love poop on the butt, one-legged man, mom on a date kind of stories as well. So we're mixing them all in here.
I mean, you say it wasn't. You didn't realize it was a date, and then you stayed out all night until sunrise. So, like, I mean, at that point, right? That is a long date.
No, I think she said he didn't. Oh, he didn't realize it was a date.
But like, he obviously like. That's what I'm saying, though. How do you go in it not thinking it was a date, but then you're spending time with this person all the way through to sunrise?
Don't know.
I was 19 and went on a date with a guy who worked in a grocery store. We wanted to buy beer, and I asked him if he had his ID because I forgot mine at home. He told me if he was a cashier, he'd never ask me for an ID because I looked too old anyways, even though he instantly realized how stupid that sounded. I never went out with him anymore. Yikes.
Yikes is right.
How does that come out without realizing how it's going to come out?
How do you come out? Just like say, that must mean you kind of, your brain lets you say stuff like that all the time. I don't know. But yeah.
Like there's totally a way to word that where it doesn't come off rude, which is, listen, it's a very small chance that you can even say this in the right way. But definitely not like that.
Okay, next one. My dad just told me a story he has suppressed for almost 30 years. It goes something like this. I was visiting my new girlfriend in her family home. She was really beautiful and I didn't want to blow it with her. However, I felt a huge urge to poop. I knew I could do it quickly, so I went ahead and excused myself to the bathroom. Once in there, I dropped my drawers and pooped. It was a clean poop, not too smelly, easy to push. I considered myself lucky. That was it. I hurried to flush and get out of there like nothing had happened. To my horror, the toilet would not flush. I jiggled the knob, waited, flushed again, nothing. There I was, staring at my creation with no hope until I noticed a neat little kitty litter box tucked in the corner by the tub. My first thought was, no, I can't. But my second thought was, what other option do I have? Folks, I did it. I reached in, grabbed the log with my bare hands, and headed straight for the litter box. I placed it neatly next to feline turds, sprinkled some litter on it, washed my hands, and went out to return to the girl I had been pining after for so long. Things ended, and I never confessed my crimes to her. But I will always wonder, who scooped the imposter kitten turd?
Oh my God.
Honestly, smart.
The fact I still wouldn't do it with my bare hands, though.
Well, what, are you gonna grab toilet paper? It's just gonna get soggy.
I don't care. I'd grab it. I'd grab anything, not my bare hands.
You can't grab a towel because then there's poop on the towel.
I mean, listen, I'm not saying I would do literally do anything. Just saying. Get the plunger to get it out of the. Not my bare hands, but it technically worked.
I mean, would you? I don't even know if I would have tried to like take it out of the toilet. I think I would have just tried to keep flushing, or I don't know, because then they can hear the flushing, so like that's just as bad. So honestly, ingenious.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It worked out. I mean, I'm assuming they knew eventually at one point that
as someone with a
cat poop
who has scooped litter boxes, I would notice a human turd.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like someone had to have known.
Oh my God.
So I was new to Tinder and also in a whole new country, and I see this guy whose name is the masculine of my name. Immediately, my "this is destiny" brain turned on. Guys, okay, I was still young and I know it's embarrassing, but okay. I swipe and we match right away and we start talking. A day or two goes by and we plan to go out on his motorcycle, and then the date goes well, so we go on a few more. By this point, we've only kissed and he's like 10 years older than me, so I'm really starting to get all in my feelings about this man. 10 years. Wow. Anyways, we go out to dinner one night, and what does he do? I accidentally look over at him when he types something on his phone, and I see that he's replying to Tinder messages on our date. When I tell you I shut down completely, it was all and with a straight face, which if you knew me, you'd know is completely out of character since I'm always smiling. He realized very quickly that something was wrong, and he started asking me, and which only made me more upset. I wasn't going to tell him. I was just waiting for the date to be over so I could go home and cry. We go on one last ride after dinner, and he stops us at what I would like to call the most romantic part of the city. We sit, and I am completely dissociated until I click back into reality for a second when he asked me again what was wrong with me. I finally started to say, inching to every word, trying not to cry. I told him how I didn't care that he was still seeing other people, but I was upset because of how disrespectful he was towards me. I couldn't help it at this point that I did let go of a few tears. I was too nice looking back, but after a long conversation, I saw the look in his eyes change, and in that moment, he fell in love with me. It was as if his eyes twinkled in the streetlights, and he looked at me lovingly in a way he had never before this moment. I was okay for a few moments, okay all the way until I got home, and then I never saw him again. He would text me, call me, and ask me to see me again constantly, but there was just something about the whole situation that really pushed me over the edge of being really done with online dating. And the fact that he was older than you and should have been more mature and like better at this.
It's just like you couldn't have waited to reply to that message till later. Like, really?
I just want to know what your names are. Also,
I mean, let's think. It could be like
Gabriel, Gabriella.
Yeah, Alex, Alexa.
And then at first I was like, oh, this is your Lizzie McGuire moment. Like you said motorcycle, but in my head I'm thinking like a Vespa. And you're about to live out your like Paolo dreams, and then this man is on Tinder on your date.
Yeah, how romantic. Okay, the next one's really short. Has anyone ever had a guy randomly start playing the accordion for you? Yeah, that happened.
First of all, who just randomly has an accordion around?
You know how big accordions are? What do you mean? They must have been like at his house or something. That's my only thought.
You can't say I ever have.
Yeah, no, same. I've actually never seen anyone, I don't think, play an accordion in real life that I personally knew at all.
Ever.
So, okay, I'll read the next one since that one was really short. One time, my freshman year of college, this guy shows up 20 minutes late and tells me he's sick, but he thought, I guess I'll still come. Like he's doing me some favor. We met at a Starbucks on campus. He was a total a-hole the whole way through, asking me what kinds of things I liked and then just shooting down every single thing and insulting it. This whole time, he's grabbed a stack of napkins and is blowing and wiping his nose, leaving an ever-growing pile of snotty napkins in the middle of the table. I'm talking at least 15 snot-covered napkins all over the table. Once he has run out, he resorts to using his shirt. It was completely disgusting, and then when we left, he just left his pile of infectious napkins on the table. Didn't try to throw them away. I wish I had been assertive enough at the time to leave.
Sir, get up and go to the bathroom.
Or cancel the
before
date
you start using
because
your shirt
you're sick.
or that. And also, I know your nose hurts. Those napkins are not graceful on the nose.
No, I've been there in Starbucks when I need a napkin to blow my nose, and that's not it.
But like before resorting to your shirt, go to the bathroom and try to get it all out. Like at least in privacy.
Yeah, just
yikes. I was in college and went to coffee with a guy from my band class. I knew it was a date because when he found out I had a crush on him, he said, hey, want to go on a date with me and get coffee? So I agreed. Anyway, we're chilling at the local Starbucks when he looks at the door at the girl who just walked in. He says, oh, wow, there's that girl from my calc class. She's so hot. Needless to say, he didn't get a second date.
Like what?
Men. The audacity.
Is there no filter in your brain? And what did he want her to say? Like, yeah, she is. Like,
right.
What? So weird. Okay, this is our last one, but it's a long one. I'm dog sitting at my friend's house and I'm there alone with the dog. I decide to invite over this guy I've been talking to on Tinder. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is mistake number one.
Yup.
Now, I've never met him before, and I'm clearly not the sharpest tool in the shed, so obviously I shouldn't be inviting strange men over to my friend's house. Anyway, he agrees to come over, but says he needs to be picked up because he has been drinking. Okay, I'll go pick him up. We're chatting in the car, and everything seems to be going fine. We get back to my friend's place, and immediately he goes to the kitchen and pours himself a large amount of rum. Doesn't measure, just free pours. Asks if I'd like some. I pass. We sit on the couch, me being in the middle, the dog being on my left side, and the guy being on my right side. Things are going okay, except at one point he says, "You're hot." Does the gesture where you lick your finger and then put it on your body and say sizzling sound. I cringed. Now, he knows I'm not a virgin and I know that he is one. Other than that, I have never talked to him about anything of that realm. He points to the dog beside me and says, "I didn't know that's what you meant by doggy style." Again, I cringe. Fake laughter. Ugh. Next, he says, "Give me a tour." Okay, I show him around and we go upstairs. I purposely stand in the hallway so it won't appear as if I'm inviting him into my bedroom. I point to each room and say, "That's my room when I stay here. That's the owner's room. There's the bathroom, etc." Again, I'm standing in the hallway. He goes into my room, crawls into my bed, wraps himself up in the blanket and says, "Oh, this is so comfy. I'm just going to stay here." There's no way in hell I'm crawling into bed with this guy, so I just say, "Okay, well, I'm going to go back downstairs." He eventually followed and said, "I'm tired. Can I take you home?" Oh, and she said, "I'm tired. Can I take you home?"
I was going to say, that stressed me out, but yes.
No.
Thank God.
Drove him home. We awkwardly shook hands and I never spoke to him again.
Listen,
what?
I'm not saying that he should have immediately had this thought, but you did invite over an intoxicated man you never met before at night.
But it's not even like he was like,
"Is it night?" Actually, maybe I just made that up.
I mean, yeah, I'm assuming it's night too, but I don't know. But it's not even like he was like, "Oh, let's go into the bedroom." Like, he wrapped himself up and said, "This is comfy. I'm going to stay here." Like, the man was fully ready to go to bed. Oh, no.
But yeah, also, because
he's a virgin, so he probably wasn't even trying to.
I mean, he made the doggy style
true. I don't know.
joke, so that's what made me think that. But I'm also just like more so just stressed out that he came over, and did he just invite himself to drinking your friend's alcohol?
Oh my gosh, I know. That was my first thought.
Really
was like, did he just like walk in the kitchen and like start pouring himself booze? Because that's weird.
And also, did you clear it with your friend before you invited an intoxicated man? It sounds like definitely no.
It sounds like definitely
also stressed me out.
All right. Well, honestly, happy love month, everyone.
Maybe when is Valentine's Day? How many weeks do we have? Maybe
2.
We'll back this one up with a good Faith in Men love story one. Maybe not. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know.
We'll see. I feel like there's not enough of those because of just men. But okay. Thank you guys so much for listening. We will post this atrocious video on YouTube if you want some visuals. But if not, feel free to just listen to the audio. I understand. We have nothing to offer on the video today. But thank you guys for listening, and we'll catch you next week on Outgoing
Without Going Out.
Bye.